Today, you are going to get to see an amazing roll box crafted here in the depths of Studio Johnny Q. Alakadabra, peanut butter, hamanakaduba, ollivander, salamander, quasi! The inspiration that we had for our roll box came several years ago from Runehammer. This may have even been back in his Drunkens and Dragons days. He had made some roll boxes for a party. I had been looking for something that would really just kind of hold dice, and I saw where he had incorporated this onto a roll box. So I needed to just make my roll box using just a canvas as the basis and some XPS foam. Next thing, we go to our Proxxon table cutter, cut up some foam blanks. You know you're running a merch shop when you find a Witch King of Hexmar hiding behind your cart. Disclaimers here, don't do the stupid stuff that we do. Having never drilled XPS foam before, I wasn't sure how it would work, but I was curious to try. And in the end, it was extremely messy. I definitely don't want to go down this route again. I even tried in some desperation to contain it within a bag. That was just a dumb, stupid idea that was born out of being tired and desperate. I should have done it outside, but it was late and I wanted to get it on film. Go about setting out some of these drilled blanks and realize this isn't what we want to do at all. So we want to try something else, and we decide to make a template so that our holes will be a little bit more square and pleasing to the eye. This took a very, very long time and was very meticulous. I hope I use this again and again and again because it was time consuming.
Ignore the red dot.
Next, we're going to go ahead and just coat this. Doing our Mod Podge, we just put some paint into some Mod Podge so that you can kind of see it a little bit better. I put a little bit too much in there. Always have some paper towels handy for moments just such as this. And then we make a mess by painting that up. I really enjoy having that Proxxon on a cart. Here we'd worked on doing some tests. The secret to getting a clean cut on these is to use a hot wire cutter. And you can see after a couple of goes here, this third test was really good compared to the first two, which was on that opposite side. And here you can see we are going to clamp down onto some of the new blanks that we did. And so you just dip it in a little bit, and then you're creating a little moat around which you're going to end up then dissolving the inner part with some acetone. Next, we want to make sure that we can get some texture onto these items. I used this previously doing bricks. Found this great suggestion online on using this is like a rock tumbler. And essentially you just put your foam in there, add some gravel, and you shake the crap out of it. And then voila, you have some nicely textured pieces of foam. Alright, now gluing these onto just our canvas. We bought these at bulk at the local craft store. And we'd also cut out some slivers of foam that we're pasting on here. And we're going to texture those with just a wire brush, just to give them some wood grain texture. And then Mod Podge. Black Magic Craft prescribes coating all your foam in this. And I've been doing it for several years now, and I will concur that I think it is a solid practice. Here we're adding some dragon cues to the back of these. Hey, have you checked out the Quasi shop? They have really cool stuff, not unlike these roll boxes. Gluing all this down and then trimming the edges rather than to try to make these cut perfect. Just made them a little bit bigger and then trim them down. More Mod Podge. Take a good seal on everything. And you can notice here that we were doing circle boxes at one time. So don't get confused. I'm trusting you can figure this out. Admiring some of our handiwork, We go on to the next stage, which is actually adding some color. Here you can see we were dry brushing some other things as tests. You can find these on Quasi Shop as well. Ooh, Quasi Shop! Alright, now we go in and we start to add some basic colors. The back sides of these. You can ignore that. It was not actually full. Here we're adding into our dugouts we're going for a molten effect, where the outside is going to be rock and the inside is going to be molten. And then dry brushing. A lot of dry brushing. Way more than I showed. Then looking at the dry brushed, what we have here. Way too heavy, and that's why you always don't want to be impatient with your dry brushing, but we'll be able to remedy that when we go to our wash stage. Some more dry brushing to dry brush this all out. And one of the things that I've come to love is these magnetic strips. Great for hanging things. Put them on the underside of your shelf. Works wonderful. And then some homemade wash here using some Liquitex matte medium and some inks. And this is to help regain all this texture that we had lost when we did our dry brushing. It gives it some depth. And we got to do some more dry brushing. This is just kind of a stage that we kind of repeat with some washes, some dry brushing. And then once we get to a place that we're feeling pretty good, we go ahead and add the metal paint to the cues. Going with the copper. We'll add some gold highlights on here as well. And you went pretty similar between the two of these. Alright. Now we want to add some washes to that metal. And then some highlights, some gold highlights on top of that. And again with the other dragon, same thing. And then we're adding some washes just to give some more color and variation here. Some brown washes just here and there, letting it pull heavier in some areas than others. And we used two different textures on these backs, so we were kind of getting some informational data on those. Next came probably one of my least favorite parts of this. Applying the foam. I had done this before and did not have as much of a problem as I did with it this time. I'm not sure what I had done differently. So this is sped up super fast because I spent a very long time on this stage. After some moment of frustration, I decided to try to attack it a different day when I can do a little bit smarter with it. Leaving it so that I had some areas that weren't tape. I just cut out the tape in the middle. This gave me some area to work with, and then I could get it situated in and work out all the wrinkles. And what we end up with is some pretty cool looking roll boxes. We have our wood lip on our molten magma holders. They work perfectly for holding your polyhedrals. And they even add maybe a little luck. You can see here all the detail that you get from adding the texture with the wire brushes, the rocks, and the dry brushing, the washing. You end up with a very nifty neato box. Rocking your socks with these Quasi-Shop bespoke polyhedral roll boxes. If this sort of hijinks and hilarity is your cup of tea, then hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, click on the bell icon. Wow, that's a little loud. And follow us on the social media outlet of your choice.